Hi, welcome to week 1 of DevCamp. This week we're getting started with HTML. This is video 1.4, where we learn how to create links and insert images on our web pages. If you haven't already watched the other videos to get started, please do that now. Also, pull up your personal project on Glitch to work on during the video so you can follow along. Links, the things that make the internet work. Those funny blue words you click on to go to another place on the internet. Because they're so basic to the way that web pages work, the tag for links is really short and easy to remember. A. That A stands for anchor. So think of other websites or web pages as ships that are connected and anchored to your hyperlinks. The new thing we're seeing here is an attribute, something inside the opening tag that makes the element work. We'll see this on a couple other HTML elements. In this case, the link needs to have a place to go, the page that's going to open when the user clicks on it. The attribute we're inserting after the A here is a hypertext reference, luckily shortened to href. Attributes are always followed by an equal sign, and then quotation marks. The quotation marks hold the value. In this case, we're going to put in the URL, or the web address, of where we want the link to go. In between the opening and closing tags, we put the text that the user will see as a link. In this case, all the user will see is, "This will take you to Google, dude." And when they click on those words, it'll take them to Google. So let's try it out. Make a new heading saying links to more information or something like that, and then create an unordered list. And in that list, each list item should be a link to another web page. So in my case, I'm going to find a blank spot on my page towards the bottom. I'm going to put in a heading in H2. I'm going to name it, more information about pangolins. Underneath that, I'm going to put in an unordered list, a UL. And my first list item, I'll mark with an LI. So the easiest way to make links to other pages is to pull them up in another tab. So my first link here is a link to the National Geographic page on penguins. So I'm going to select this URL and copy it with Control-C. Now back here in Glitch, I'm going to say less than A, that's my hyperlink tag, href, which is our attribute telling it where to go, equals, quotation marks, and I'm going to use Control-V to paste that address in there. Now I'm going to put the greater than. So there's my close link right there, the /A. In between here, whatever I type is what's going to show up as the actual link. So I'm going to write National Geographic Animal Reference. So let's see what it looks like when we preview it. Look right there, see? So I'm going to do my other two links. Go ahead and pause the video and add your own links to your web page. But what if I want to link to a page on my own website? Heck, what if I want more than one page on my website? We've only got one right now. Well, we still use that same A tag to link, but this time the difference is the link is just a file name, not a full URL, like this example in the slide here. So let's try it. We're going to have to do two things. We're going to have to make a new page, and we're going to have to link to it from our original page. So click on the little dots next to index.html on the left-hand side in your file hierarchy. There's an option there that says duplicate. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to call it, I'm going to call mine a videos page. Maybe you want a videos page too. So it'll be videos.html. You'll notice it copies over everything from our other page. So we're going to have to delete out some of that. But let's make some quick changes on it so we can tell the difference between the two. The first thing I'm going to change is this title up here. I'm going to name this Pangolin Videos. And my H1 down here, I'm going to say Pangolin Videos are rad. And then I'm going to delete out the rest of the stuff below, just so I don't get confused when I look at both of them. All right, we're ready to roll. So click back on index.html. We're going to write another link, but this time instead of a full URL, we're just going to write the name of the page we want to load. called videos.html. So I'm going to go up at the top of my page, right underneath the body, and I'm going to make a new link, href equals, and this time I can write just videos.html. This is what's called a relative link. It says, look around wherever this file is saved. Look for another file named videos.html in the same folder. So in between here, between these two A's, I'm going to write pangolin videos. All right, so let's try it out. Does it work? Pangolin videos. It took us to the right page. Try it out on your page now, too. So next up, images, pictures, things that aren't just text. Well, to insert an image, we're going to have to use a new tag and some new attributes. The tag for image is img, and this element has a minimum of 2 attributes. src, or source, where the file is that you want to display, and alt. Alt is the alternative text, a text description of the image. This is so that folks who use screen readers to access the internet have access to the same information that everyone else does. A third attribute you can use is width, set in pixels or percent, or some other units too, to be honest. But use this to resize an image if it's too big or too small. When we have units in a value, notice that you just sort of stick the units, in this case the px for pixels, right up next to the number. There's no spaces there. Also, notice this crazy thing. There's no closing tag. There's no /img. There's just a / inside the img itself. The thing is, there is no text content for this tag to surround, so it closes itself, and that's what that little / at the end means. You'll see this with just a few HTML elements. So, for example, here is a rad picture of a penguin. I'm going to right-click and save image as. It's going to ask me where I want to save it. I'm going to save it into the downloads folder. Save. Next, I'll head back to Glitch, and I'll click on Assets up here at the top. Now I'm going to upload an image, so I'll say Upload an Asset, and find that file I just downloaded. Here we go. Once it's uploaded, I can click on the image and get this ridiculously long link here. But I'll copy that. Now I can insert the image directly into my page. So I'm going to go back to index.html. At the very top, underneath my h1, I'm going to move down. And I'm going to say img src for source equals quotation marks, and I'm going to paste that link inside. Then I'm going to add some alt text, the description of it. So I'm going to say alt equals quotation marks, a close-up picture of a pangolin's face. And then I'm going to do / greater than. Let's check it out and see what it looks like. Holy smokes, that is way too big. I need to make that smaller. So one thing I'm going to do is inside this img element, I'm going to add another attribute. I'm going to add width equals, and I'm going to say 100%. And what that does is it makes the image the width of whatever window it's inside of. So now if I stretch this like this, I'll always be able to see the entire image. So now you try it. Try adding a couple images to your website. Now that we've got images and links down, you can move on to video 1.5. See you there.